My beloved child, come close and let your heart become quiet for a moment. You have carried thoughts that no one else has heard. You have walked through days that looked ordinary on the outside, while inside you were asking why the road had to bend so many times. You have smiled when you were tired. You have continued when your spirit felt heavy. You have wondered if any of it mattered. Listen to me now. Not one step of yours has been forgotten. Not the step you took with courage while trembling. Not the step you took after disappointment. Not the step you took when no one thanked you. Not the step you took through tears with only enough strength to keep breathing and move forward one more day. I saw it all. Before you knew how to pray, I knew the sound of your heart. Before you understood the meaning of loss, I knew the places where pain would try to make you feel alone. Before you learned to compare your journey with others, I had already written a loving purpose over your life. Your story did not begin when people noticed you. It began in my heart. My beloved child, you may look back and see broken pieces. I look back and see every place where my mercy held you. You may remember the closed doors, the delayed answers, the people who left the prayers that seemed to rise into silence. But I remember the hidden protection, the unseen strength, the quiet rescue, and the grace that kept your soul from collapsing when you thought you could not go on. Do not believe the lie that your life has been random. Do not believe the lie that your tears disappeared into empty air. Do not believe the lie that the hard seasons erased. My plan for you. I have been nearer than your fear allowed you to feel. There were nights when you thought you were only lying awake with worry. But I was there. There were mornings when you rose with a tired heart and still did what needed to be done. I was there. There were moments when you wanted to give up, but something gentle inside you whispered, "Take one more step." That whisper was not nothing. That was my mercy reaching you in a language your soul could still hear. My beloved child, I do not measure your life the way the world measures it. The world counts speed, applause, possessions, and visible success. I count faithfulness. I count the love you gave when you had little left. I count the forgiveness you considered even when your heart was wounded. I count the quiet prayers you whispered when no one knew you were hurting. I count the times you chose not to become hard, even though life gave you reasons to close your heart. These things are not small before me. They are precious. There is a record of grace over your life that your eyes have not fully read yet. One day you will see more clearly. You will see that the road was not as abandoned as it felt. You will see that some delays were shelter, some losses were redirection, some lonely places were invitations into deeper intimacy with me. Some tears became water for seeds you did not know I had planted beneath the soil of your soul. As it is written through the prophet Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you peace and a future. My beloved child, those words are not decoration. They are not distant poetry. They are the truth of my heart toward you. My plan does not always move at the pace your anxiety demands. It does not always arrive wrapped in the shape you expected, but it is not absent. I have not been careless with you. Even when the path seemed uneven, my hand was not removed. Even when the light seemed dim, my presence did not vanish. Even when you thought you were behind, I was still forming depth in you. A shallow root may grow quickly, but it cannot stand long when the storm comes. I have been growing roots within you, roots of patience, compassion, humility, discernment, and trust. My beloved child, do not despise the hidden work. A mountain is not formed in a moment. A river carves its way through stone by steady movement. A child learns to walk through many small attempts. In the same way, your soul has been learning, growing, healing, and becoming, even in the seasons you called slow. What looked like delay may have been me, strengthening the places that would one day need to carry blessing without breaking. Remember Joseph. He was misunderstood, betrayed, removed from what was familiar, and hidden in places that looked nothing like promise. If he had judged my faithfulness by one painful season, he would have believed his story was over, but I was working beyond what he could see. The pit did not cancel the promise. The prison did not erase the purpose. The waiting did not mean I had forgotten his name. My beloved child, your painful chapter is not the final word either. I have seen the moments when your heart asked, "Why me?" I have heard the prayers you could not finish because your tears spoke first. I have noticed the strength it took for you to keep believing after disappointment visited again. Heaven has not overlooked you. I have not misplaced one tear, one prayer, one act of faith, or one quiet sacrifice. So breathe. Let your shoulders rest. Let your heart stop accusing itself for not understanding everything sooner. You are not lost beneath the noise of the world. You are not hidden from my sight. You are not too delayed for my timing. You are not too wounded for my healing. You are not too ordinary for my purpose. I am still writing with mercy. I am still guiding with patience. I am still calling your name with love. I have been present in details you passed quickly, and I have been faithful in places you thought were entirely forgotten too. And as you receive this truth, I want you to begin seeing your journey differently, not as a chain of accidents, not as a story abandoned halfway, but as a path held inside my hands even when you could not understand the turns. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will show you why your life is not drifting by chance. My beloved child, now that you have heard me say, not one step of yours has been forgotten. I want you to look at your life with new eyes. Do not see your journey as something floating without direction. Do not believe that your days have been scattered like dust in the wind. Your life is not drifting by chance. You may not understand every turn yet, but I have never lost sight of the road. You may see meetings that felt accidental, endings that felt confusing, and pauses that felt empty. You may wonder why some doors opened only for a moment and then closed again. You may wonder why certain people crossed your path, stayed long enough to touch your heart, and then moved away. But my beloved child, what seems random to you is not random to me. I see the whole field while you see only the stone beneath your foot. I see the full page while you are still reading one sentence. I see the road beyond the fog while you are still asking where the next step will be. This is why I ask you to trust me. Not because I expect you to pretend you understand everything. Not because I want you to silence honest questions. But because I am holding the parts you cannot hold. I am arranging what your hands cannot arrange. I am guarding what your eyes cannot see. My beloved child, there have been times when I moved you without you knowing it. A delay kept you from a danger you could not recognize. A closed door protected your peace from a room that looked beautiful but carried confusion. A disappointment redirected you away from something that would have drained your spirit. A quiet season slowed your steps so your soul could be healed before entering what you prayed for. You called some of these things interruptions. I called them mercy. You called some of them losses. I called them redirection. You called some of them silence. I called them preparation. Your life is not a leaf tossed wherever the wind desires. You are held in my care. You are being guided, corrected, protected, and formed, even in the moments that appear unfinished. The path may feel winding, but winding does not mean wasted. A river may bend many times before it reaches the sea, yet every bend still belongs to its journey. As Scripture teaches, the steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord, and He delights in the way. My beloved child, ordered steps do not always feel easy. Ordered steps may pass through valleys, waiting rooms, quiet roads, and places where you must learn patience. But ordered steps are not abandoned steps. They are held within my wisdom. Think of Ruth. She walked through loss, grief, and uncertainty. She left what was familiar and followed a road that did not show her the whole future. When she went to gather grain in a field, it may have looked like a simple act of survival, but I was guiding her into a place where provision, kindness, and purpose would meet. What looked ordinary became part of a plan much larger than she could see. My beloved child, I often hide great turning points inside ordinary days. A conversation that seems small may become a doorway. A delay that frustrates you may become protection. A person who encourages you briefly may become evidence that I heard your prayer. A task you do with faithfulness may become preparation for something greater. Do not despise ordinary days. Many sacred things wear plain clothing at first. Heaven often moves quietly. My hand is not always announced by thunder. Sometimes my guidance comes through a gentle unease, a sudden peace, a door that will not open a word that stays in your heart, or a timing that feels slower than you wanted but safer than you understood. My beloved child, when you rush, you often miss my footprints. Anxiety looks for dramatic signs, but trust learns to notice quiet ones. I may be guiding you through the wisdom of a trusted voice. I may be protecting you through a delay. I may be strengthening you through repetition. I may be teaching you through the very thing you wanted me to remove immediately. This does not mean every painful thing came from my desire. I do not call harm good. I do not delight in your tears, but I am able to enter what wounded you and turn it toward healing. I am able to take what others meant carelessly or even cruelly and weave it into a deeper wisdom in you. Nothing surrendered to me has to remain meaningless. So bring me the parts that feel scattered. Bring me the unanswered questions. Bring me the names you still do not understand. Bring me the memories that feel unfinished. Bring me the doors that closed before you were ready. I will not waste them. My beloved child, you have been trying to judge the whole story by one difficult chapter, but I am still writing. You have been trying to understand the shape of the harvest while the seed is still underground, but I am still growing. You have been asking why the pieces do not yet fit together, but I am still placing them. A potter does not explain every pressure to the clay, yet every touch has purpose. A shepherd does not tell the sheep every reason for each turn along the path, yet the shepherd knows where the green pasture waits. A father does not give a child every answer at once, yet he holds the child's hand with steady love. I am that father to you. I do not lead you through fear, I lead you through love. I do not order your path to control you cruelly. I order your path to bring you into life. My beloved child, when you look back, you will see patterns of grace you could not recognize while walking through them. You will see how one closed door kept you from years of unnecessary sorrow. You will see how one lonely season taught you to hear my voice more clearly. You will see how one delay prepared your character to carry what would have crushed you earlier. You will see how even the quiet days were not empty. They were forming you. They were steadying you. They were drawing you nearer. Until then, rest in this truth. Your life is not drifting by chance. You are not wandering outside my reach. You are not moving through a story without author, shepherd, or father. I am with you in every turn, every pause, every redirection, and every hidden season. My love has watched over every beginning, and my faithfulness will stand over every ending, because each moment remains before me with purpose. And as you learn to trust that your life is not random, I will begin to show you why waiting is not failure. Stay close, my beloved child, because the delays you have feared may be the very places where I am preparing your soul for what comes next. My beloved child, now that you are beginning to see that your life is not drifting by chance, I want to speak to the place in you that has grown tired of waiting. You have looked at closed calendars, silent prayers, unfinished dreams, and delayed answers, and you have wondered if waiting means something has gone wrong. But listen to me with a soft heart. Waiting is preparation, not failure. The world teaches you to measure life by speed. It says the one who arrives first is blessed, the one who receives quickly is favored, and the one who waits must have missed something. But my beloved child, I do not build eternal things by the hurried clock of the world. I build slowly enough for roots to become strong. A flower forced open before its season loses its fragrance. Bread taken from the oven too soon cannot nourish as it should. A foundation rushed beneath a house will tremble when storms come. So when I allow waiting, I am not wasting you. I am working in places you cannot see. I am strengthening the inner beams of your soul. I am teaching your heart how to receive without becoming proud, how to hold blessing without fear, how to walk through open doors without losing the peace I have planted within you. My beloved child, there are things you asked for that would have become burdens if I had placed them in your hands too early. A blessing received before the heart is ready can feel heavy. A door opened before wisdom is formed can lead to confusion. A relationship assignment, opportunity, or answer given outside the right season can pull your soul away from me instead of drawing you nearer. This is why I sometimes say wait, not because I am cruel, not because I forgot, not because heaven is empty, but because I love you enough to prepare you for what you are asking me to release. Scripture says that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. My beloved child, waiting with me does not drain you in the same way waiting without trust does. Waiting without me becomes anxiety. Waiting with me becomes formation. Waiting without me becomes comparison. Waiting with me becomes surrender. Waiting without me becomes bitterness. Waiting with me becomes deeper roots. Do not confuse delay with denial. Do not confuse silence with absence. Do not confuse preparation with rejection. I have been doing more in the waiting than you have understood. You saw stillness, but I saw healing. You saw no movement, but I saw character forming. You saw another person moving ahead, but I saw your soul being made ready for the path that belongs to you. I was not measuring you against anyone else. I was tending you according to my wisdom. Think of David. He was anointed while still young, yet he did not step into the throne the next morning. He returned to fields, sheep songs, danger, waiting, and hidden faithfulness. The oil touched his head before the crown touched his life. Between the promise and the palace, I trained his heart in places no crowd could see. My beloved child, I often do the same with you. The promise may be real, but the preparation is also real. The calling may be true, but the shaping is still necessary. The door may be coming, but the heart must be made ready to walk through it with humility. If David had worn the crown before learning to depend on me in the field, the crown might have crushed him. If he had received the throne before facing lions, bears, rejection, and loneliness, he would have lacked the inner strength needed to lead with courage. Hidden seasons were not punishment. They were training. Your hidden season is not meaningless either. The days when no one sees your effort are forming faithfulness. The prayers that seem unanswered are teaching you how to seek my face, not only my gifts. The quiet responsibilities you keep doing are building endurance. The loneliness you bring to me is becoming intimacy. The delay that frustrates you is exposing what still needs healing. My beloved child, if you refuse to listen in the waiting, you may turn the waiting into a harder lesson. If you force open what I have not opened, you may have to learn through pain what my patience was trying to teach through peace. If you rush ahead because fear says you are late, you may discover that speed without my timing brings more weariness than waiting ever did. This is why I call you back gently. Wait with me. Do not wait in panic. Do not wait while feeding resentment. Do not wait with your eyes fixed on everyone else's road. Wait with your hand in mine. Let waiting become a room where your soul learns to breathe again. Let waiting become a garden where I remove weeds of fear and plant patience, trust, discernment, and gratitude. Let waiting become the place where you stop asking, "Only when will this happen?" and begin asking, "Father, what are you forming in me while I wait?" That question will change you. It will turn delay into discipleship. It will turn silence into listening. It will turn longing into prayer. It will turn disappointment into deeper surrender. My beloved child, I know you have waited longer than you wanted. I know some nights have felt heavy. I know watching others receive what you still desire has wounded you quietly. But I ask you not to make their timeline your measure of my goodness. I am not late because someone else arrived sooner. I am not absent because your answer is still unfolding. I am not against you because the season is slower than your heart expected. I am preparing you. I am preparing the place. I am preparing the timing. I am preparing the people, the strength, the wisdom, and the peace needed for what comes next. Even now, while you feel quiet and unseen, I am not idle. I am shaping desires, softening motives, strengthening patience, and teaching your soul to recognize my voice more clearly than the noise of fear. What grows in waiting often becomes what keeps you steady later in every season. So rest your striving. Stop digging up the seed to see if it is growing. Stop pulling at the door before the appointed hour. Stop calling yourself forgotten because the fruit has not appeared yet. A tree does not become fruitful by accusing the soil. It grows by receiving light, water, and time. Receive my grace today. Receive my peace today. Receive today's portion without demanding tomorrow's proof. Waiting is not failure when my hand is in it. Waiting can be holy ground. Waiting can be protection. Waiting can be preparation for a blessing that must arrive with peace, not pressure. And as you learn to trust me in the waiting, you will begin to understand the next truth. Some doors close because I am guarding your peace. Stay close, my beloved child, because I will show you why closed doors are mercy, not rejection. My beloved child, now that you are learning to trust me in the waiting, I want to speak to the pain you feel when a door closes. You have stood before doors you wanted to enter. You prayed. You hoped. You imagined how life might look on the other side. Then the door did not open, or it opened briefly and closed before you understood why. You called it rejection. I called it mercy. Closed doors are mercy, not rejection. My beloved child, I know the ache of disappointment. I know how it feels when your heart reaches for something and your hands come back empty. I know how confusing it can be when you believed a path was right, only to watch it disappear. You may have asked if you did something wrong. You may have wondered if I was displeased with you. You may have thought my silence meant my love had become distant, but listen carefully. A closed door does not always mean I am withholding goodness. Sometimes it means I am guarding you from a room that would have stolen your peace. There are doors that look beautiful from the outside, but inside them is pressure your soul is not meant to carry. There are opportunities that shine for a moment but would slowly pull you away from my voice. There are relationships that feel comforting at first, but would teach your heart to compromise what I have been healing. There are paths that promise speed but lead toward confusion, exhaustion, or sorrow. My beloved child, I see what is behind the door before you touch the handle. You see possibility. I see the consequence. You see the beginning. I see the ending. You see the surface. I see the spirit of what waits there. This is why I sometimes close what you beg me to open. Not because I enjoy your tears, not because I want to frustrate your hope, but because my love is larger than your immediate understanding. A child may cry when a father pulls their hand away from a hot flame, but the father's action is not rejection. It is protection. In the same way, some of my no answers have saved you from burns you never knew were near. Scripture says that I will guide you along the best pathway for your life and counsel you with my loving eye upon you. My beloved child, my eye sees farther than yours. My counsel sometimes feels like a pause, a closed door, a delay, or a holy unease in your spirit. Do not despise that unease. Sometimes it is. My mercy, whispering before pain, has to speak louder. Think of Paul when he wanted to go into certain regions to preach. Yet my spirit did not allow him. The desire seemed good. The intention was holy. Still, I redirected him. Later, another door opened, and the message reached where I intended it to go. My beloved child, even good desires need my timing and direction. Not every closed door is punishment. Sometimes it is alignment. You have lost people you wanted to keep. You have watched plans fall apart. You have seen chances pass by while others stepped forward. You have asked why I allowed certain endings. But I want you to consider this with tenderness. What if some of those endings were not the destruction of your future, but the preservation of it? What if I removed what would have weakened you? What if I blocked what would have distracted you? What if I delayed what would have become too heavy? What if I closed the wrong door so your heart would still be able to recognize the right one when it came? My beloved child, you do not need to force open every door. If I am in it, you will not need to break your soul to enter. There may be effort, patience, courage, and obedience, yes, but you will not have to lose your peace, abandon truth, or silence my voice to walk through what I have prepared. A door opened by my hand carries a different atmosphere. It may still require faith. It may still require growth. It may still stretch you, but it will not demand that you become false. It will not require you to betray the light I placed within you. My beloved child, some doors remain closed because your heart is still being healed. Some doors remain closed because the people on the other side are not ready. Some doors remain closed because the season has not ripened. Some doors remain closed because the road beyond them is not yours. This does not mean you are unwanted. It means I am ordering your steps with wisdom. Do not turn a closed door into a false identity. Do not say I am rejected. Say I am being guided. Do not say I am forgotten. Say I am being protected. Do not say nothing good will come. Say my Father sees what I cannot see. My beloved child, grief may still be present. I do not ask you to pretend you did not care. Bring me the disappointment. Bring me the questions. Bring me the dream that cracked in your hands. I will not shame you for mourning what you hoped would happen. I will sit with you in that ache until your heart can breathe again. But do not build a home beside a closed door. Do not spend your life knocking on what I have lovingly shut. Do not keep measuring my goodness by the one entrance that did not open. Turn toward me. There are other paths. There is provision you have not yet noticed. There are quiet openings forming in places you have not considered. There are people I will bring, assignments I will prepare, and peace I will restore. Your story is not trapped outside one closed door. When Noah entered the ark, the door was shut. That shutting was not rejection. It was preservation from waters he could not control. My beloved child, sometimes I close the door behind you not to imprison you, but to keep you safe while storms pass. Sometimes I close the door before you not to punish you, but to prevent you from walking into a storm I never meant for you to face. Trust my hand on the door. Trust my timing with what opens. Trust my wisdom with what remains closed. One day you may thank me for what did not happen. You may bless me for the answer that felt like loss. You may understand that the door you cried over would have cost you more than you knew. Until that day, let this truth hold you. My no can be love. My wait can be mercy. My closed door can be protection. And as you release the door I did not open, I will teach you to notice what I do see. Not the size of your offering, not the applause around your actions, but the heart behind small things. Stay close, my beloved child, because I see the heart behind small things even now with steady, patient love. My beloved child, now that you are learning to trust me with the doors I close, I want to turn your eyes toward the things you often overlook in your own life. You have looked at what seemed small and thought it did not matter. You have compared quiet faithfulness with louder achievements and wondered if heaven noticed. I see the heart behind small things. I see what others pass by. I see what no one applauds. I see the kindness you gave when your own heart was tired. I see the prayer whispered in a room where no one heard your voice. I see the patience you chose when irritation was easier. I see the simple act of love that cost you more than anyone knew. My beloved child, the world often measures by size. It counts numbers, attention, success, and visible results. It praises what shines quickly and forgets what grows quietly. But I do not see as the world sees. I look deeper than the surface. I look past the size of the action into the sincerity of the heart offering it. A small seed may look insignificant in the hand, yet hidden within it is a future tree. A single lamp may seem weak in a large room, yet it changes the darkness near it. A quiet word may appear simple, yet it can hold back someone from despair. Do not despise what I call precious, my beloved child. You have offered me many small things without realizing their beauty. A tired yes, a hidden tear, a day of choosing gentleness when your mind felt crowded, a task completed faithfully when no one was watching, a moment when you held back a harsh word and chose peace instead. These are not wasted. They rise before me like the fragrance of a sincere heart. Scripture tells of the poor widow who placed 2 small coins into the treasury. Others gave more in the sight of people, but I saw her heart. She gave from her poverty, not from overflow. What looked small to human eyes became great before heaven, because love was inside it. My beloved child, I still see this way. You may think you have little to offer. You may say your strength is small, your voice is quiet, your work is ordinary, your prayers are simple, your days are unnoticed. But I am not searching for performance. I am looking for a willing heart. I am looking for trust. I am looking for love that remains honest in hidden places. Do not wait until you have something impressive before you bring yourself to me. Bring me the small thing in your hand. Bring me the little strength you still have. Bring me the prayer that sounds unfinished. Bring me the kindness you are able to give today. Bring me the quiet obedience that no one else can measure. I can breathe life into what seems small. I can multiply what is surrendered. I can take one gentle act and let it become comfort in another life. I can take a hidden prayer and use it as a seed for healing you may never see with your eyes. My beloved child, remember the boy who brought 5 loaves and 2 fish to my son. In the hands of men it seemed too little for the need before them. But in the hands of heaven the small offering became more than enough. The miracle did not begin with abundance. It began with willingness. That is what I ask of you. Not greatness first, willingness first. Not perfect strength, open hands. Not a life without weakness, a heart that trusts me with what it has. You have often waited to be more ready, more healed, more certain, more capable, before you believed your life could matter. But I tell you, the small acts of faith you make while still feeling weak are precious to me. The prayer prayed through confusion is precious. The love offered after disappointment is precious. The step taken while trembling is precious. My beloved child, heaven does not ignore the quiet things. When you forgive a little more than yesterday, I see it. When you choose gratitude in a difficult morning, I see it. When you listen with care to someone who needs comfort, I see it. When you remain faithful in work that feels repetitive, I see it. When you return to me after wandering, I see it. You are not invisible to me. There are offerings in your life that may never be written in public records, but they are known in my presence. The cup of water given with love. The message sent at the right moment. The prayer over someone who never knows you prayed. the daily duty completed with tenderness, the secret surrender, the unseen repentance, the humble beginning. My beloved child, these are holy things when they are given to me. Do not let comparison steal the joy of faithfulness. Another person's assignment may look larger, but size does not determine value in my kingdom. A song sung to one weary heart can be worship. A meal prepared with love can be worship. A room made peaceful can be worship. A simple sentence spoken with truth can become a doorway for grace. I place beauty in ordinary obedience. I place purpose in small acts. I place eternal weight in sincere love. This is why I ask you to stop calling your life insignificant. The day may look ordinary, but ordinary days are where much of my kingdom grows. You may not see harvest yet, but seeds are being planted. You may not hear applause, but heaven knows the sound of your obedience. You may not feel strong, but love is becoming stronger in you through every hidden yes. Even the smallest surrender becomes powerful when it rests in my hands. What the world ignores, I can bless. What you offer quietly, I can use wisely. Nothing given to me with love is ever lost, forgotten, or wasted in heaven. It remains before me with quiet, holy meaning. My beloved child, if you refuse to value the small things, you may miss the way I am already moving. You may keep looking for a grand sign while stepping over quiet grace. You may ask me to use your life while dismissing the very moments where I am teaching you to love, serve, listen, forgive, and endure. Begin where you are. Be faithful with what is in your hand. Give me the small thing, and let me make it sacred. Let your ordinary day become an altar. Let your quiet choices become worship. Let your gentle words become light. Let your unseen faithfulness become a garden I can water. And as you learn that I see the heart behind small things, you will stop waiting to be perfect before you surrender yourself to me. You will begin to understand the next truth. I do not ask you to hide your weakness. I ask you to give it to me. Stay close, my beloved child, because I will show you how to give me your weakness and trust my timing. My beloved child, now that you know I see the heart behind small things, I want you to stop hiding the parts of yourself you think are too weak for me to use. You have tried to appear strong. You have carried burdens quietly. You have wiped your tears and continued. You have told yourself that when you become stronger, wiser, healed, and ready, then you will finally come to me. But I am calling you now. Give me your weakness and trust my timing. Do not wait until you feel whole before you come to me. Do not wait until your voice stops trembling before you pray. Do not wait until your heart understands everything before you obey. My beloved child, I am not asking for a polished life. I am asking for an honest one. Bring me what is tired. Bring me what is afraid. Bring me what is confused. Bring me what still aches when certain memories return. I am not offended by your weakness. I am not surprised by it. I knew every tender place before you named it. I saw the disappointment that made you cautious. I saw the loss that made you quiet. I saw the pressure that made you believe you had to carry everything alone. And still, my love did not turn away. The world often teaches you to hide weakness because weakness looks like failure. But in my presence, weakness can become a doorway. When you stop pretending, grace can enter. When you stop performing, healing can begin. When you stop gripping your own strength, my strength can hold what yours could never carry. Scripture says that my grace is sufficient and that my power is made perfect in weakness. My beloved child, this does not mean weakness is beautiful by itself. It means weakness surrendered to me becomes a place where my strength is revealed. What would have broken you alone can become the very place where you learn that I have been holding you all along. Think of Gideon. He saw himself as small, uncertain, and unqualified. He was hiding, surviving in fear when I called him a mighty warrior. I did not call him according to what fear had named him. I called him according to what I would form in him. My beloved child, I still call people this way. I do not define you by the trembling. I define you by my purpose. I do not define you by the wound. I define you by my healing. I do not define you by what you lack. I define you by what my grace can do in a surrendered heart. You may say, Father, I am not ready. I say, walk with me, and I will make you ready. You may say, Father, I am too tired. I say, lean on me, and I will renew your strength. You may say, Father, I have failed too many times. I say, return to me, and I will teach you how to rise with wisdom. My beloved child, trusting My timing is part of giving me your weakness. You often want me to change everything quickly because waiting exposes your fragility. You want answers now, healing now, doors now, confirmation now. I understand that longing, but if I moved everything by your fear, I would not be leading you. I would be obeying your panic. I love you too much for that. My timing is not careless. It is kind. It is precise. It is patient enough to protect what is still growing. A gardener does not flood a young plant because it is thirsty. He waters it with wisdom. A shepherd does not rush an injured lamb down a steep road. He carries it, slows the flock, and moves at healing's pace. I am moving with you that way. There are answers I delay because your heart needs peace before the answer arrives. There are doors I keep closed because your strength must be restored first. There are blessings I do not release immediately because I want them to deepen your joy, not increase your burden. There are relationships and assignments that must wait until your soul can receive them without losing itself. Trust my timing, not because waiting is easy, because I am faithful, not because you understand the calendar, because you know the Father who holds it. My beloved child, if you refuse to trust my timing, you may try to force what is not ready. You may chase what I am asking you to release. You may carry what I never asked you to lift. You may enter rooms with no peace because fear told you delay means loss. This is how many hard lessons begin, not because I desired your pain, but because you would not listen when peace asked you to wait. So listen now gently. Do not force the door. Do not outrun the healing. Do not build a future from panic. Do not call impatience faith. Faith can move boldly, but it does not have to be frantic. Faith can take a step, but it still listens for my voice. Faith does not demand that everything happen today. Faith says, Father, I trust what you are doing even when I cannot see the full work. My beloved child, give me the weakness that wants to rush. Give me the fear that says you are behind. Give me the shame that says you are not enough. Give me the exhaustion that says you cannot keep going. Place it all in my hands, not as a speech, but as a surrender. You can say, Father, here is my weakness. That is enough to begin now. You can say, Father, I do not know how to wait. I will teach you. You can say, Father, I am afraid you will forget me. I will remind you of my faithfulness. You do not need strong words. I hear the honest ones. I hear the prayer that breaks in the middle. I hear the sigh that carries more truth than a long explanation. I hear your heart when all you can say is help me, and I will help you. I will not shame your small strength. I will not despise your slow healing. I will not abandon your unfinished places. I will take what you give me even if it feels like fragments, and I will begin making peace there. My beloved child, your weakness placed in my hands is safer than your strength held apart from me. Your future entrusted to my timing is safer than any plan built from fear. Let me be strong where you are tired. Let me be wise where you are confused. Let me be steady where you are trembling. And as you learn to give me your weakness and trust my timing, I will teach you how to move when the road looks blocked. There will be moments when the path ahead seems impossible, but I will ask you for one more step. Stay close, my beloved child, because I will show you what happens when the road looks blocked and you take one more step with me. My beloved child, now that you are learning to give me your weakness and trust my timing, I want to speak to the moment when the road ahead seems completely blocked. You have stood there before. You looked forward and saw no opening. You looked behind and saw pressure. You looked within and felt fear rising. You wondered if this was the end of the path. But listen to me. When the road looks blocked, take one more step with me. I am not asking you to run blindly. I am not asking you to deny what you see. I know the wall looks real. I know the water looks deep. I know the situation looks impossible from where you stand. But my beloved child, what looks like a stopping place to you may be the very place where I intend to reveal my faithfulness. Many times you have asked me to open the way before you move, but there are moments when the way appears as you obey. There are moments when the next step becomes the key. There are moments when faith must place its foot on the edge of uncertainty before your eyes can see what my hand has already prepared. Think of Moses standing before the Red Sea. The people were afraid. Behind them was danger. Before them was water. To human eyes, there was no path left. Yet I told him to move forward. The sea did not look open when the command came. The miracle began when obedience answered fear. My beloved child, I am still the God who makes a way where there seems to be no way. But I want you to understand something. The way I open may not look like the way you imagined. You may expect the obstacle to vanish instantly, but I may ask you to walk through it with me. You may expect the pressure to stop before you move, but I may strengthen you while you move. You may expect perfect confidence before the step, but I may give courage as your foot rises. Do not worship certainty. Trust my presence. Certainty often wants to see the whole road before it obeys. Faith hears my voice and takes the next step. Certainty says, prove it first. Faith says, Father, if you are leading, I will follow. Certainty waits until fear is silent. Faith moves while fear is still speaking because my voice is stronger. My beloved child, some blocked roads are not meant to stop you. They are meant to reveal what fear has been saying and what faith will choose. You may discover that the obstacle outside you is not the only thing being addressed. I am also healing the hesitation inside you. I am teaching your soul that fear can be present without becoming your master. This is why one more step matters. One more prayer when your heart feels tired. One more act of obedience when the result is unclear. One more word of truth when shame tells you to hide. One more day of faithfulness when nothing seems to change. One more surrender when your hands want to grip the old way again. My beloved child, do not underestimate the sacred power of one faithful step. A door can begin to loosen. A heart can begin to heal. A path can begin to show itself. A burden can become lighter. A fear can lose authority. Not because the step is large, but because obedience invites my strength into the place where you felt weak. If you refuse to listen when I call you forward, the lesson may grow harder. Not because I desire your pain, but because staying where fear commands you can create wounds my voice was trying to prevent. When I say move, it is not to pressure you. It is to protect you from building a home in the place where you were only meant to pause. Do not build your identity at the edge of the obstacle. Do not call yourself defeated because the road is not yet visible. Do not call the water stronger than the one who created it. My beloved child, bring me your trembling and move with me anyway. I can work with trembling faith. I can strengthen a shaking yes. I can lead a heart that says, Father, I am afraid, but I will not let fear have the final word. This is not pretending. This is trust. Trust says, I see the obstacle, but I also see my Father. Trust says, I do not know the whole outcome, but I know the hand holding mine. Trust says, I may not feel strong, but I will not stand still when God has called me forward. My beloved child, the step may be simple. Make the call, begin the prayer, apologize with humility, leave the habit, return to the assignment, open the scripture, ask for help, forgive the person in your heart, rest when you have been trying to control everything. Sometimes the blocked road opens through one small act of obedience you have delayed. You may be waiting for a dramatic sign while I am waiting for your quiet yes. Do the next faithful thing, not the entire future, not the whole staircase, the next faithful thing. As you do, I will meet you there. I will not leave you halfway between fear and freedom. I will not call you forward and then abandon you in the waters. I will hold you, guide you, steady you, and teach you how to keep walking when your emotions are still catching up with your obedience. My beloved child, remember that I often reveal provision on the way. Manna came in the wilderness day by day. The cloud guided step by step. The lamp gives light for the feet, not the whole horizon at once. I am teaching you dependence that breathes, listens, and moves with me. Some people around you may not understand this kind of step. They may tell you to turn back, protect yourself, or wait until the road feels safer. Listen with humility, but do not let every frightened voice become your guide. I can use wise counsel, but I will not lead you through panic. Learn the difference. Peace may still stretch you, but it will not bully you. My guidance may challenge your comfort, but it will carry a quiet steadiness underneath. Follow that steadiness, my beloved child, and keep your heart near me today. So lift your eyes from the blocked road and look toward my face. The obstacle is not greater than my wisdom. The delay is not greater than my timing. The fear is not greater than my love. The path may not yet be clear, but my presence is enough for the next step. Take it gently, take it prayerfully, take it with your hand in mine. And when you take one more step, you will begin to understand that your life carries a light that does not need to force itself, shout, or prove its worth. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will teach you why your light does not need to shout. My beloved child, now that you have taken one more step with me, when the road looked blocked, I want you to understand what has been quietly shining within you. You may have thought your light was too small. You may have believed that because you are not loud, noticed, or celebrated, your life carries little influence. But listen to me. Your light does not need to shout. Light does not argue with darkness. It simply remains. A candle in a dark room does not beg to be seen. It burns, and the room begins to change. In the same way, the light I placed within you does not need to force its way into attention. It does not need pride. It does not need noise. It does not need to prove itself through comparison. My beloved child, I have seen you underestimate the quiet beauty I placed in you. You think influence must be loud. You think purpose must be dramatic. You think if no one applauds, nothing sacred is happening. But I tell you, some of the most powerful lights I place on earth are gentle. They do not blind, they guide. They do not demand attention. They make the road safer for weary hearts. Scripture says that you are the light of the world, and a lamp is not hidden where it cannot give light. My beloved child, I did not place light in you so you would bury it beneath fear, shame, or constant comparison. But neither did I place it there so you would become restless and hungry for praise. I placed it there so your life would quietly reveal my goodness. Your kindness is light. Your patience is light. Your forgiveness is light. Your willingness to keep loving in a cold world is light. Your choice to speak gently when harshness would be easier is light. Do not dismiss these things. A world full of noise is desperate for souls who carry peace. Many people do not need another loud voice. They need a presence that helps them remember they are not alone. They need a word spoken with sincerity. They need a quiet example of someone who still chooses truth, mercy, and faithfulness. My beloved child, you may never know how far one gentle act can reach. A small word of encouragement may keep a discouraged heart from sinking deeper. A peaceful response may break a chain of anger in a family. A prayer whispered for someone may become a hidden seed of mercy. A simple act of care may tell a wounded soul that my love has not forgotten them. This is why I ask you to remain faithful with your light. Not louder, faithful. Not impressive, faithful. Not anxious to be seen. Faithful in love. Think of the young servant girl in the story of Naaman. She did not have power, position, or public honor. She was far from home, living in a place shaped by pain. Yet one small sentence of faith pointed a suffering man toward healing. Her light did not shout, but it guided. Her words were simple, yet they opened a door of grace. My beloved child, do you see how I work? I can use a gentle sentence. I can use a quiet life. I can use a faithful heart in an overlooked place. You do not need to become someone else for me to shine through you. You do not need to copy another person's strength, sound, gift, or path. The light I placed in you has its own tone. It may shine through compassion. It may shine through wisdom. It may shine through creativity, steadiness, listening prayer service, or a peace that remains when others panic. Do not apologize for the way I made your light. If you are gentle, let your gentleness be anchored in truth. If you are sensitive, let your sensitivity be guarded by prayer. If you are quiet, let your quietness be filled with presence. If you are strong, let your strength remain humble. If you are wounded, let your healing become a lamp for someone who is still hurting. My beloved child, I am not asking you to perform brightness. I am asking you to stay connected to me. A lamp cannot continue burning without oil. A branch cannot bear fruit apart from the vine. Your light becomes steady when your heart remains near my presence. If you try to shine from striving, you will become exhausted. If you shine from communion with me, your light will carry peace. So come back to me often. Come back when you feel unseen. Come back when comparison whispers. Come back when you are tempted to hide. Come back when praise tempts you to forget the source. Come back when criticism tries to make you dim your light. I will keep you burning with a steady flame. My beloved child, some people will misunderstand your light. Some may ignore it. Some may be uncomfortable because your peace exposes their unrest. Some may want you to become smaller so they do not have to face what my light is awakening in them. Do not let this make you bitter. Do not fight for recognition. Let your fruit speak quietly. A healthy tree does not argue that it is alive. In season it bears fruit. A spring does not announce itself with pride, it refreshes whoever comes thirsty. A star does not chase the eyes of travelers. It shines where I placed it and helps guide those who look up. This is how I want you to live. Steady, clean, humble, awake. Let your life carry a peace that cannot be explained only by circumstances. Let your words be few when many words would become empty. Let your actions be sincere. Let your presence become a small shelter for those who are tired of the world's harshness. My beloved child, if you refuse to value the light I placed in you, you may keep hiding what I meant to use. You may keep waiting for a larger stage while ignoring the person in front of you. You may keep longing for a dramatic calling while missing the holy assignment of today. Listen now. Your light is needed where you are, in your home, in your work, in your conversations, in your prayers. In the quiet way, you choose love again. Do not wait until you feel brighter. Bring me the flame you have and I will tend it. Do not wait until every wound is gone. Let the places I am healing become gentle evidence of my mercy. Do not wait until everyone understands you. Walk with me and let your life speak in its own appointed season. Your light does not need to shout, my beloved child. It only needs to remain close to me and keep burning. I have also been forming endurance beneath what others could not see with their eyes today in silence. And as you learn to shine without striving, I will teach you why hidden seasons are not wasted. Some lights are prepared in quiet places before they are seen. Stay close, because hidden seasons prepare greater things. My beloved child, now that you know your light does not need to shout, I want you to understand why I sometimes prepare light in hidden places. You may have thought the quiet seasons meant nothing was happening. You may have believed that because few people saw your effort, your growth was small. But I tell you this with love, hidden seasons prepare greater things. The seed does not complain because it is buried. It receives what the soil gives, breaks open in secret, and slowly becomes ready for the light. The roots of a tree grow downward before branches stretch upward. The strongest foundations are often unseen beneath the house they hold. In the same way, my beloved child, much of what I am building in you begins where no crowd can watch. Do not despise the hidden place. I am there too. I am there in the quiet work. I am there in the repeated prayer. I am there in the ordinary responsibility you keep doing with a faithful heart. I am there when you choose patience and no one knows how hard it was. I am there when you return to me after weariness and let me strengthen you again. The world loves what appears quickly. It praises sudden success, visible results, and names that are spoken in public. But I often form my strongest servants away from the noise. I teach them in fields, deserts, waiting rooms, small homes, lonely walks, and daily tasks. I shape them through unseen obedience because what grows only for applause cannot endure when applause disappears. My beloved child, I am not hiding you to reject you. I am hiding you to root you. There is a difference. Rejection pushes away. Preparation draws deeper. Rejection says you are unwanted. Preparation says you are being made ready. You may feel unseen by people, but you are not unseen by me. The Father who sees in secret knows every small surrender. I see the discipline you are learning. I see the wounds that are healing slowly. I see the motives I am purifying. I see the pride I am softening. I see the courage being formed beneath your tiredness. I see the wisdom growing where confusion once lived. My beloved child, hidden seasons are not empty rooms. They are workshops of the soul. In the hidden place, I teach you to do right without needing recognition. I teach you to pray when no one is impressed. I teach you to obey before results arrive. I teach you to love me for who I am, not only for what I give. I teach your heart to become steady, because greater things require deeper roots. Remember David in the fields. Before anyone called him king, he was a shepherd. Before the crown, there were sheep. Before the palace, there was dust, music, solitude, lions, and bears. His hidden days were not wasted. I was teaching his hands courage and his heart worship. I was forming a leader while the world saw only a young shepherd. My beloved child, I can form kings in fields. I can form courage in quiet duties. I can form wisdom in slow seasons. I can form testimony in places that feel forgotten. Do not judge your preparation by how visible it is. Some of my deepest work is almost silent. A child grows in the womb before the world sees a face. Oil is pressed from the olive before it can give light. Clay stays in the potter's hand before it becomes a vessel ready to carry water. You are in my hands. That is enough. If I have you in a hidden season, do not spend it only asking when it will end. Ask me what I am forming. Ask me what must heal. Ask me what must become stronger. Ask me what must be released before the next door opens. Ask me to make you faithful where you are so you can carry with humility what I will place before you later. My beloved child, many people want a greater assignment, but they resist the hidden preparation that makes the soul able to carry it. They want open doors without inner order. They want influence without humility. They want fruit without roots. But I love you too much to let you be raised quickly and broken easily. I am building something that can last. This is why I may slow the pace. This is why I may let you learn through small responsibilities. This is why I may keep you close in quietness when you are asking for movement. I am not punishing your desire. I am purifying it. I am teaching you to want my will more than visibility, my peace more than attention, my timing more than hurry. If you refuse to listen in the hidden season, you may carry an unhealed heart into a larger place and learn the hard way what still needed, my touch. You may mistake opportunity for readiness. You may mistake attention for approval. You may mistake movement for maturity. So I call you gently now. Stay with me in the hidden place. Let me prepare you well. Let me deepen your roots before I widen your branches. Let me heal the inside before I increase the outside. My beloved child, hidden does not mean useless. Quiet does not mean forgotten. Slow does not mean stuck. The most sacred things often begin beneath the surface. While you are waiting, I am working. While you are unseen, I am shaping. While you are learning faithfulness in small places, I am preparing you for a future that will require the very strength you are gaining now. One day you will look back and understand. You will see that the quiet season trained your ear to hear me. You will see that the lonely season taught you to depend on me. You will see that the ordinary duties strengthened your character. You will see that what felt like delay was actually a hidden school of grace. So do not run from the season because it is quiet. Do not call it wasted because no one applauds. Do not measure my work by human eyes. Let me form you in secret. Let me feed your soul in stillness. Let me prepare you gently and deeply. Do not fear that others are passing you forever. I know how to bring you forward when the season is ready. No delay can steal what my hand protects. No hidden road can erase the calling I planted. Walk with me here, and the unseen days will become strength within you. Your hidden season is not the end of your story. It is the place where I am preparing the part of you that must be strong enough for what comes next. And as you learn to trust me in the hidden place, I will teach you how to rest in stillness and hear my whisper. Stay close, my beloved child, because not every sacred instruction comes through noise. Some of my deepest guidance comes in the quiet voice your soul can only hear when it becomes still before me. My beloved child, now that you understand hidden seasons prepare greater things, I want to invite you into the quiet place where much of that preparation becomes clear. You have spent many days surrounded by noise. Noise from the world. Noise from your own thoughts. Noise from fear, comparison, urgency, and the many voices telling you what you should become, how quickly you should move, and what you must prove. Come away with me. Rest in stillness and hear my whisper. My beloved child, I do not always speak in thunder. I do not always guide through dramatic signs or sudden open skies. Often I speak in the quiet movement of peace within your heart. I speak through a gentle conviction that will not leave you. I speak through a scripture that returns to your mind. I speak through a soft pause when your soul is about to rush in the wrong direction. But when your inner life is crowded, you may miss what I am saying. This is why I call you to stillness, not to punish you with silence, not to remove you from life, not to make you feel alone, but to help your heart hear again. The world has trained many souls to fear quietness. They think if nothing loud is happening, nothing important is happening. They fill every empty space because stillness reveals what hurry has been hiding. But my beloved child, stillness is not emptiness when I am there. It is a meeting place. It is a room of restoration. It is where your spirit stops running long enough to remember my nearness. Scripture says, "Be still and know that I am God." Notice this. It does not say strive and know. It does not say panic and know. It does not say control everything and no. It says be still. There is a kind of knowing that only comes when your soul stops wrestling for the throne and lets me be God again. Think of Elijah. He had seen fire fall before, yet later he found himself weary, afraid, and hidden in a cave. There was wind, there was shaking, there was fire, but my voice came in the gentle whisper. My beloved child, I was teaching him that my presence is not always found in the loudest movement. Sometimes the holiest sound is soft enough that only a listening heart can receive it. You are the same. You may be looking for me in the noise while I am waiting for you in the quiet. You may be asking for a dramatic answer while I am giving you a peaceful nudge. You may be begging for a sign while I am asking you to sit with me until fear becomes still enough for wisdom to rise. My beloved child, quietness will not always feel comfortable at first. When you become still, thoughts may surface, old grief may speak, questions may rise. Your body may feel restless because it has learned to live in hurry. Do not run from this. Bring it to me. Let the quiet reveal what needs my touch. Let the silence show you what noise has been covering. Stillness is not avoiding life. Stillness is returning to the source before you face life. It is where you bring your scattered mind and let me gather it. It is where you bring your anxious plans and let me reorder them. It is where you bring your heavy heart and let me breathe peace over it. It is where you stop asking the world to name you and begin hearing what your Father calls you. My beloved child, if you refuse the gift of stillness, life may have to slow you in harder ways. If you never pause when I whisper, exhaustion may teach what quiet prayer could have taught gently. If you ignore the small unease in your spirit, consequences may speak louder later. I do not desire the harder road for you. That is why I call you now tenderly. Pause before you react, pray before you decide, breathe before you speak, listen before you move. These are small doors into peace. You do not need a perfect room or a perfect hour. You can meet me in a chair before the day begins. You can meet me while the house is quiet. You can meet me during one slow breath before answering a difficult message. You can meet me in the short space between worry and obedience. I am not waiting only in grand moments. I am present in the small pauses where you remember me. Every pause offered to me becomes a small altar, a place where worry loosens its grip, and your heart remembers that you are held guided and loved before any answer arrives in the quiet mercy of my presence today. My beloved child, let stillness become your shelter, not your escape. I will not use quietness to make you passive. I will use it to make you clear. A lake that is constantly disturbed cannot reflect the sky, but when the waters become still, the reflection appears. In the same way, when your heart becomes quiet before me, you begin to see more clearly. You see what matters. You see what must be released. You see what is fear and what is wisdom. You see where my peace is leading. Stillness will teach you discernment. It will help you recognize the difference between pressure and calling, between guilt and conviction, between delay and denial, between a door I closed and a door fear is telling you not to approach. My beloved child, my whisper does not always answer every question at once. Sometimes it gives only the next instruction. Rest today. Forgive this person in your heart. Stop returning to that habit. Speak the truth gently. Wait one more day. Take the next step. Call the one who needs encouragement. Open my word. Drink from peace, not panic. Do not despise simple instructions. A whisper from me can redirect an entire season. A small act of obedience can prevent a long road of pain. A quiet yes can open the way into deeper freedom. My beloved child, I am not far from you. I am not hiding to make you search in fear. I am drawing you closer so your heart can become familiar with my voice. The more you return to stillness, the more you will recognize me, not only in prayer but in the middle of ordinary life, in a sudden peace, in a holy restraint, in a thought filled with light, in a warning that feels loving, not condemning. Come back to the quiet often. Let your soul breathe there. Let my peace wash the dust of hurry from your mind. Let my whisper become dearer to you than the shouts of the world. And as you learn to hear me in stillness, you will begin to remember what I have already done. You will see traces of grace along the road you once thought was empty. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will teach you to remember the traces of grace and let gratitude strengthen your heart. My beloved child, now that you are learning to rest in stillness and hear, My whisper, I want you to look back with a softer heart, not to live in the past, not to reopen every wound, but to recognize the traces of grace I have left along the road you once thought was empty. Remember the traces of grace. There were moments you survived that you did not know how to survive. There were days when help arrived quietly, not loudly but enough. There were seasons when you thought you were alone, yet something held you together. There were prayers you forgot after you prayed them, but I did not forget. There were small mercies you passed by quickly because pain had made your eyes tired. My beloved child, I want you to remember, gratitude is not pretending everything was easy. Gratitude is seeing my hand in the middle of what was hard. It is the holy act of saying, Father, I was wounded, but you carried me. I was delayed, but you kept me. I was confused, but you sent light. I was weak, but you gave strength for the next breath. When you remember rightly, despair loses some of its voice. When you remember, my faithfulness, fear no longer owns the whole story. When you remember the small rescues, your heart begins to trust the unseen one still unfolding. Scripture says to bless the Lord and forget not all his benefits. My beloved child, forgetting grace makes the soul grow dry. Not because I stop giving, but because the heart stops noticing. A person can walk through a garden and see only weeds if sorrow has covered their eyes. But when gratitude returns, the same garden begins to reveal flowers that were there all along. I have left flowers of mercy in your story, a person who came at the right time, a door that closed before it damaged you, a quiet peace in a moment of panic, a scripture that seemed written for your exact pain, a delay that later made sense, a meal, a message, a sunrise, a sudden strength, a soft conviction, a night when tears came, and then rest finally followed. These were not accidents. They were traces of my grace. My beloved child, write them upon your heart. Keep a small record of remembrance within your soul, not so you can cling to yesterday, but so tomorrow's fear will not erase yesterday's mercy. When the next uncertain season comes, memory will become a lamp. It will say, the Father was faithful there. He will be faithful here. Remember the stones Israel placed after crossing the Jordan. Those stones were not decoration, they were testimony. When children later asked what they meant, the answer would be, the Lord brought us through. My beloved child, your life also has stones of remembrance. Places where I brought you through. Moments where you did not fall as far as fear predicted. Days when strength appeared after you thought there was none left. Do not leave those stones scattered and unnamed. Name the mercy. Name the rescue. Name the provision. Name the comfort. Name the protection you understand now, and even the protection you are still learning to trust. My beloved child, the enemy often wants you to remember pain without remembering grace. He wants you to replay the wound, but forget the healing. He wants you to remember the betrayal, but forget how I kept your heart from becoming bitter. He wants you to remember the delay, but forget what I formed in you while you waited. He wants you to remember the closed door, but forget the peace that slowly returned afterward. Do not let your memory become a house for fear. Let it become an altar of gratitude. This does not mean you deny grief. Bring grief to me. Let it speak honestly, but let gratitude sit beside it and remind your soul that grief was never the only presence in the room. I was there too. My mercy was there. My patience was there. My quiet strength was there. My beloved child, when you look back with me, even painful places can begin to change meaning. The wilderness remains wilderness, but you start noticing manna. The night remains night, but you remember the pillar of fire. The valley remains valley, but you recognize the shepherd's footsteps. This is how remembrance heals. It does not rewrite truth falsely. It restores the parts of truth pain tried to hide. I want you to practice this gently. At the end of the day, ask, where did I see grace? Maybe it was in a calmer response. Maybe it was in strength to finish one task. Maybe it was in someone checking on you. Maybe it was in the restraint that kept you from speaking out of anger. Maybe it was in the breath you took before panic ruled you. Small traces matter. If you train your eyes to see only what is missing, your soul will remain restless. But if you learn to notice what I am giving, peace will grow in quiet ways. Gratitude will not solve every question at once, but it will soften the soil where faith can grow again. My beloved child, I have never asked you to be grateful for evil. I ask you to be grateful that evil does not have the final word when your life is in my hands. I ask you to remember that even in seasons you would not choose, I can send provision, wisdom, comfort, and rescue. I ask you to let remembrance become a shield against the lie that says I have not been good to you. Look back slowly. You will see more than loss. You will see endurance. You will see mercy. You will see small lights along the road. You will see that I was near in ways your pain could not recognize at the time. My beloved child, when gratitude fills memory, hope begins to return. Not noisy hope, not forced hope. A quiet hope. A hope that says, if the Father carried me before, he can carry me now. If grace found me, then grace can find me here. If light came through one dark place, light can come again. I will train your eyes to notice gentle evidence of my care, not only in great deliverance, but in quiet daily provision, in breath, in rest, in wisdom, in the people who stayed in the doors that protected you, and in the peace that returned. Slowly, after sorrow had spoken loudly, this too is grace written upon your path. So remember the traces of grace. Carry them like warm stones in your heart. Let them steady you when fear rises. Let them teach you that your story has been held protected and guided by my love. And as gratitude strengthens your heart, you will begin to see that remembrance is not meant to stay only inside you. It must become faithfulness in the present. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will teach you how to be faithful with the small things I have placed before you today. My beloved child, now that you are learning to remember the traces of grace, I want to bring your heart back to today. Memory is a lamp, but it is not meant to keep you standing only beside yesterday's mercy. It is meant to give you courage for the small obedience placed before you now. Be faithful with the small things. Do not wait for a grand assignment before you live with love. Do not wait for a perfect season before you serve. Do not wait for every question to be answered before you choose what is right. My beloved child, much of the life I am building in you grows through simple, repeated faithfulness. A kind word, a quiet prayer, a task completed with care, a patient response, a small act of honesty, a moment when you choose peace instead of reaction. These things may seem ordinary to you, but they are not invisible to me. The soil of your soul is shaped by what you repeat. A life does not become holy only through one dramatic moment. It becomes steady through many hidden yeses offered again and again when no one is watching but me. The world often celebrates what is large, fast, and visible. It teaches people to despise beginnings, overlook small duties, and rush past quiet responsibilities. But my kingdom often enters through small doors. A mustard seed is small, yet it carries growth beyond its size. A little yeast is hidden, yet it works through the whole dough. A cup of water given in love is remembered before heaven. My beloved child, do not call small what I have called sacred. There are mornings when faithfulness looks like rising and beginning again. There are afternoons when it looks like doing your work with a clean heart. There are evenings when it looks like forgiving yourself, giving thanks, and placing the unfinished day into my hands. There are conversations where faithfulness looks like listening instead of defending. There are difficult moments where it looks like breathing, praying, and refusing to speak from anger. This is how your soul is trained, not always through the extraordinary, often through the ordinary surrendered to me. Remember the servants at the wedding in Cana. They did not understand the miracle before it happened. They simply obeyed the instruction to fill the jars with water. It looked like an ordinary task. Heavy jars, simple water, repeated movement. Yet in their obedience, they stood near the place where water became wine. My beloved child, there are miracles hidden inside simple obedience. You may not see the result while you are carrying the water. You may not understand what I am preparing while you are doing the humble task. But when you do what I place before you with trust, you create room for my hand to move in ways you cannot produce by your own effort. So be faithful today. Not someday, today, with the opportunity in front of you. Do not compare your small assignment with another person's visible platform. I have measured your portion with wisdom. The person I ask you to encourage today matters. The work I ask you to complete today matters. The prayer I ask you to return to today matters. The habit I ask you to surrender today matters. The apology I ask you to make today matters. Small faithfulness prepares the heart for greater trust. If you cannot honor me in the quiet thing, the louder thing may only expose what remains unformed. If you cannot carry the small responsibility with humility, the larger responsibility may become a burden instead of a blessing. This is not rejection, this is training. I am teaching your soul to become steady before I place more weight upon it. My beloved child, I am not asking you to become perfect. I am asking you to become present, sincere, and willing. When you fail, return. When you are distracted, come back. When you grow weary, lean on me. Faithfulness is not never stumbling. Faithfulness is refusing to let the stumble become your home. Begin again with me. Begin again in prayer. Begin again in kindness. Begin again in the small duty that waits in front of you. There are seeds I have already placed in your hands. If you keep waiting for a larger field, you may miss the soil beneath your feet. Plant where you are. Love where you are. Serve where you are. Speak truth where you are. Keep the lamp burning where you are. I know how to widen the field when the season is right. My beloved child, the small things are shaping your future more than you realize. Every patient choice strengthens peace. Every honest word strengthens integrity. Every hidden prayer strengthens intimacy. Every act of gratitude strengthens hope. Every surrendered desire strengthens trust. These are not wasted movements. They are bricks in the inner house I am building within you. And one day when storms come, that house will stand. Not because it was built quickly, because it was built faithfully. Scripture says that whoever is faithful in little is faithful also in much. Receive this without fear. I do not speak it to pressure you. I speak it to show you that nothing is meaningless when placed in my hands. The small thing today may be the doorway to a deeper thing tomorrow. The quiet yes today may prepare the courage needed for a larger yes later. My beloved child, if you refuse to listen in small things, you may meet harder lessons in larger things. If you ignore the gentle correction, the neglected habit may grow louder. If you dismiss the little compromise, it may become a chain. If you despise the simple instruction, you may miss the protection hidden inside it. This is why I call you now tenderly. Do the small thing with me. Return to the rhythm that gives life. Speak the kind word. Keep the promise. Finish the task. Rest when I ask you to rest. Release what drains your peace. Choose the quiet obedience that is before you. I will meet you there. I will not wait only in the future you imagine. I am with you in this day, in this simple step. Your ordinary moments can become holy ground when you offer them to me. A kitchen can hold worship. A desk can hold faithfulness. A phone call can hold mercy. A walk can hold prayer. A small room can become a sanctuary when your heart is turned toward me. My beloved child, let today matter. Let the small thing become a place of love. Let the unseen duty become worship. Let the repeated act become formation. Let the humble yes become a seed of future fruit. Be faithful with the small things, and you will begin to notice that I have placed gifts in your hands that are not accidents. Your care, your skill, your tenderness, your ideas, your way of helping, and your quiet ability to make life more gentle are all sacred in my hands. Stay close, because next I will show you why your gifts are sacred when surrendered to me. My beloved child, now that you are learning to be faithful with the small things, I want you to see the gifts I have placed in your hands with clearer eyes. You have called some of them ordinary. You have dismissed some of them because they did not look impressive. You have hidden some because others did not understand their value. But listen to me. Your gifts are sacred in my hands. The tenderness in you is not an accident. The way you notice details is not random. The ability to comfort, organize, create, teach, repair, encourage, listen, serve, write, build, or bring beauty into a weary place was not placed within you without purpose. My beloved child, I do not scatter gifts carelessly. What I place in a soul, I intend to redeem, purify, and use for life. You may think your gift is too small because it does not stand on a stage. But heaven does not measure usefulness by applause. A lamp on a table may never see the whole city, yet it gives light to the room where it stands. A needle in a skilled hand may seem tiny, yet it can mend what was torn. A cup placed beside a thirsty person may look simple, yet it becomes mercy at the right moment. Do not despise what I can bless. My beloved child, some of your gifts have been buried beneath fear. You learned to hide them because someone criticized your softness. You silenced your creativity because someone laughed. You stopped offering wisdom because your voice was ignored. You carried care quietly because the world praised louder people. But I saw what was still alive inside you. I saw the gift beneath the wound. I saw the calling beneath the hesitation. I saw the beauty beneath the shame. I saw what I planted even when you forgot to water it. Bring those gifts back to me. Do not bring them with pressure to prove yourself. Bring them like a child bringing seeds to the Father. Let me decide where they should be planted. Let me decide the season. Let me teach you the difference between using your gift from peace and using it from the hunger to be seen. A gift used from striving can exhaust you. A gift surrendered to me can become worship. Scripture says that whatever you do, do it with your whole heart as unto the Lord, my beloved child. This means ordinary work can become holy when love is inside it. A meal prepared with care can carry peace. A letter written with sincerity can carry healing. A task completed with honesty can carry worship. A room made gentle can become a place where someone breathes again. Your hands matter, your words matter, your attention matters, your quiet effort matters. Think of Bezalel, the craftsman I filled with wisdom, understanding, knowledge, and skill to help build the sanctuary. He was not known because he led armies or spoke before crowds. His worship moved through design, detail, patience, and careful hands. Every carved piece, every prepared material, every thoughtful pattern became part of a holy dwelling. My beloved child, I still use careful hands. I still use patient minds. I still use gentle artists, faithful workers, quiet helpers, wise listeners, and people whose love is shown through details others overlook. Do not say your gift is not spiritual because it looks practical. I can breathe my presence through practical things. I can use a clean space to bring rest. I can use a wise plan to protect peace. I can use a song to soften a hard heart. I can use a story to awaken hope. I can use a meal, a message, a skill, a steady schedule, a thoughtful design, or a simple act of service to reveal my kindness. My beloved child, the question is not whether your gift is impressive enough. The question is whether it is surrendered. Will you let me purify the motive? Will you let me heal the fear around it? Will you let me teach you when to speak and when to wait? Will you let me use it without demanding that it make you feel important? This is where many hearts struggle. They want gifts to give them identity, but gifts were never meant to replace my love. They want gifts to secure approval, but approval cannot heal the soul. They want gifts to open every door quickly, but some doors must wait until character is ready to walk through them. My beloved child, do not make an idol of what I intended as an instrument. A violin is beautiful, but it must rest in the musician's hands to release the song. Your gift is the same. Apart from me, it may become pressure, pride, comparison, or fear. In my hands, it becomes music that carries peace. Stay close to me while you use what I gave you. Pray over your work. Offer me your ideas. Ask me to guard your heart from comparison. Ask me to show you who needs the light carried through your gift today. Sometimes I will use your gift in a public way. Sometimes I will use it in a hidden way. Sometimes one person will be touched, and that will be enough for the day. Do not reduce obedience because the audience is small. I know the worth of one soul. I know how one healed heart can carry light into many places you may never see. My beloved child, if you refuse to listen and surrender your gifts to me, you may learn the hard way that talent without guidance can become burden. You may become tired from trying to prove yourself. You may compare until joy disappears. You may use what I gave you to chase validation only to feel empty after praise fades. I do not want that for you. That is why I call you back to my hands. Let me hold the gift. Let me hold the timing. Let me hold the outcome. Let me hold your heart. When I hold these things, you can create without fear. You can serve without resentment. You can work without losing peace. You can offer beauty without demanding worship from people. You can give freely because your worth is already secure in me. My beloved child, your gifts are sacred not because they make you great in human eyes, but because they can carry my love into ordinary places. Let your life become a small sanctuary of faithful offering. Let your hands build peace. Let your words bring courage. Let your creativity open windows of hope. Let your service become fragrance. Nothing offered to me in love is wasted. Even the smallest gift purified by grace can become a doorway where another soul meets kindness and remembers that I am near again today softly. And as your gifts are surrendered, I will also refine the strength beneath them. Some of that refining will come through trials, pressure, waiting, and difficult seasons. Do not fear this. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will show you how trials are refining a gentle strength within you. My beloved child, now that you understand your gifts are sacred in my hands, I want to speak to the seasons that press against those gifts and make you wonder if something has gone wrong. You have asked why the road becomes heavy after you surrender. You have wondered why obedience does not always remove pressure immediately. Listen to me with a quiet heart. Trials are refining a gentle strength within you. I am not forming you into someone cold. I am not teaching you to survive by hardening your heart until nothing can touch it. That is not my way. The world often calls hardness strength, but I call it a wall. I am forming something deeper, a strength that can remain tender without collapsing firm, without becoming cruel, steady, without losing compassion. My beloved child, this kind of strength is not made in comfort alone. It is formed when you are pressed and still choose truth. It is formed when you are misunderstood and still refuse bitterness. It is formed when fear rises and you still return to my voice. It is formed when you feel weak, yet place your trembling hand in mine again. A pearl is formed through irritation hidden inside the shell. Oil is released when the olive is pressed. A blade is sharpened through friction. In the same way, pressure does not have to destroy you when my hand is guiding the process. What feels like resistance may be refining what is precious in you. What feels like delay may be strengthening patience. What feels like loss may be clearing space for a cleaner love. My beloved child, I do not delight in your pain. I am not standing far away watching you struggle alone. I am near in the fire. I am near in the waiting. I am near in the ache you cannot easily explain. I do not waste suffering that is surrendered to me. Scripture says that after you have suffered for a little while, the God of all grace will restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. Receive this carefully. The trial is not the final word. Grace is. The pressure is not the end. Restoration is. The shaking is not meant to erase you. It is revealing what can stand because my life is beneath it. Think of Jacob by the river. He wrestled through the night, and when morning came, he did not walk away unchanged. He carried a limp, but he also carried a new name. My beloved child, sometimes you come out of a struggle, marked but not ruined. You may walk differently afterward, more humble, more aware, more dependent on me. That is not defeat. That is transformation. You have wanted me to remove every hard place quickly. I understand. No child enjoys the refining fire. No wounded heart enjoys pressure. But if I removed every trial before it completed its work, there are strengths you would never discover, prayers you would never learn to pray, and depths of compassion that would never awaken in you. My beloved child, your gentle strength is becoming holy. You are learning to stay calm without denying pain. You are learning to forgive without excusing harm. You are learning to wait without surrendering hope. You are learning to speak truth without hatred. You are learning to rest in me without giving up your responsibilities. These are victories no crowd may see, but I see them. Heaven sees the moment you choose peace when anxiety invites panic. Heaven sees the moment you choose kindness when old wounds ask for revenge. Heaven sees the moment you keep walking when discouragement whispers that nothing will change. Do not despise these inner victories. Many battles that shape a soul happen quietly. A person can win applause and still be fragile inside. A person can stand unnoticed and still become strong in me. I am not building you for applause. I am building you to endure with love. My beloved child, if you refuse to listen during trials, you may learn through harder lessons what my spirit was teaching gently. If pressure comes and you only react, blame, run, or harden, the same lesson may return in another form. Not because I want to punish you, but because I love you too much to leave you immature where I called you to become whole. So ask me in the trial, Father, what are you refining? Father, what fear is being exposed? Father, what must be surrendered? Father, what kind of strength are you forming in me? These questions open the door to wisdom. They turn suffering into a classroom of grace. They help your heart cooperate with my hand instead of fighting every tool I use to shape you. My beloved child, I may use difficult people to teach boundaries. I may use delays to teach patience. I may use disappointment to purify motives. I may use lack to teach dependence. I may use silence to teach listening. I may use hiddenness to teach humility. None of these things mean I have abandoned you. They mean I am meeting you inside real life and teaching your soul how to remain anchored. Do not let trials convince you that I am against you. Do not let pressure convince you that my promise has failed. Do not let weariness convince you that your light is going out. Bring your weariness to me. Bring your questions to me. Bring your anger, your tears, your tired faith, and your unfinished understanding. I am not afraid of any of it. My beloved child, the strength I am forming in you will not look harsh. It will look like peace that stays. It will look like wisdom that speaks slowly. It will look like love with discernment. It will look like courage that does not need to shout. It will look like a heart that has passed through storms and still knows how to bless, pray, and hope. This is gentle strength. It is a river that keeps flowing. It is a tree that bends in the wind but does not leave its roots. It is a lamp that flickers during the night yet keeps burning because oil is still present. Let me refine you without making you bitter. Let me strengthen you without making you proud. Let me mature you without stealing your tenderness. There will come a day when you see that the trial did not take everything from you. It removed what could not carry life and revealed what my grace had placed deep within. You will understand that the pressure taught you to lean on me, and leaning on me became the source of your peace. My beloved child, you are not being crushed without purpose. You are being refined with love. Stay near me in the fire, and you will come out carrying a gentler, steadier strength. And as that strength is refined, I will teach you how to protect it through holy rhythms. You cannot live only from intense moments. You need daily ways of returning to peace. Stay close, because next I will show you how healthy rhythms keep your soul connected to peace. My beloved child, now that you understand trials are refining a gentle strength within you, I want to teach you how to protect that strength in daily life. Strength is not kept only by great decisions. Peace is not preserved only in dramatic moments. Much of your soul is guarded through small, holy rhythms repeated with love. Healthy rhythms keep your soul connected to peace. I do not want you to live from crisis to crisis, always waiting until your heart is exhausted before you return to me. I do not want prayer to become only an emergency room. I do not want stillness to be something you seek only after anxiety has already taken your breath. My beloved child, I am inviting you to a gentler way. Come to me daily. Return to peace often. Let your life breathe with me. A garden does not flourish because it receives rain once and is then forgotten. It needs steady water, sunlight, pruning, and time. Your soul is the same. If you neglect the quiet places of your inner life, weeds of fear, resentment, hurry, and confusion will begin to grow. But when you return to me through simple rhythms, your heart remains soft enough to receive my voice. Scripture says to pray without ceasing. My beloved child, this is not a command to live under pressure. It is an invitation to remain connected. Prayer can become the breathing of your soul, not always long words, not always formal language. Sometimes it is one quiet sentence before the day begins. Sometimes it is a whispered thank you. Sometimes it is a pause before reacting. Sometimes it is placing your hand over your heart and remembering that I am near. Healthy rhythms are small bridges back to my presence. Begin the morning with me before the world names your mood. Before messages, before worries, before noise fills the room, give me the first opening of your heart. Say, Father, guide me today. Give me wisdom. Keep my spirit gentle. Let my words carry peace. This small beginning can set the direction of the whole day. My beloved child, when the day grows full, pause again. Do not wait until your thoughts become tangled. Stop for one slow breath. Remember me between tasks. Let gratitude interrupt hurry. Let my peace touch your mind before you continue. A moment with me in the middle of the day can keep your soul from being pulled apart by many demands. And when evening comes, do not carry the whole day into sleep like a heavy bag. Bring it to me. Tell me where you were thankful. Tell me where you struggled. Tell me what hurt. Tell me what remains unfinished. Then release it into my hands. Rest is also obedience when I am asking you to trust me. My beloved child, you were not created to live with your heart always clenched. You were not created to be ruled by urgency. You were not created to carry tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. I give daily bread not because I lack provision, but because I am teaching you peaceful dependence. The manna in the wilderness came one day at a time. My people had to learn that enough for today was not abandonment, It was training in trust. You are learning the same. Today's grace for today's need. Today's strength for today's step. Today's light for today's path. Do not demand all of tomorrow's answers from this moment. That demand makes the soul anxious. Receive what I give today, and let tomorrow rest with me. My beloved child, healthy rhythms also include what you choose to release. Not every voice should enter your mind. Not every worry deserves a throne. Not every conversation feeds peace. Not every habit strengthens the light within you. I will teach you to notice what drains you and what restores you. Guard your heart with wisdom. Choose what you allow to shape your thoughts. Create space for my word. Create space for quiet. Create space for gratitude. Create space for rest that is not laziness but renewal. Remember Daniel. Even when pressure surrounded him and the world around him was filled with demands, he returned to prayer at the appointed times. His rhythm with me was not destroyed by the pressure around him. It became the hidden structure of his courage. My beloved child, the rhythms you keep in private can become the strength that holds you steady in public. This is why I ask you to build slowly. Do not make your rhythms so heavy that you cannot keep them. Begin simply. A short prayer in the morning, a verse carried in your mind, a moment of gratitude before eating, a pause before speaking, a quiet review of the day before sleep. These are not small when they keep your soul near me. If you refuse these gentle rhythms, life may teach you through exhaustion what stillness could have taught through peace. If you ignore the need for rest, your body may slow you in ways you did not choose. If you keep feeding your mind with noise, confusion may become louder than my whisper. I do not say this to frighten you. I say it because I love you and want to spare you from needless heaviness. Listen now while the invitation is gentle. Return before you are empty. Rest before you collapse. Pray before panic leads. Pause before anger speaks. Give thanks before discouragement takes root. My beloved child, a healthy rhythm is not a cage. It is a trellis for the vine. The trellis does not steal life from the branch. It gives shape so the branch can grow upward and bear fruit. In the same way, holy rhythms do not make your life smaller. They protect your peace so love can grow freely. Let your home have small places of peace. Let your schedule have pauses of prayer. Let your mouth practice words of gratitude. Let your body receive rest without guilt. Let your mind return to truth when fear repeats old stories. I will meet you in these rhythms. I will use them to steady you, heal you, and keep your heart open. Day by day, these small practices will become like streams, watering the roots of your soul. You may not notice the growth immediately, but over time you will become less easily shaken, more able to listen, more patient in difficulty, more tender without becoming overwhelmed. My beloved child, this is not about perfection. Some days will feel uneven. Some mornings will begin in haste. Some nights you will forget to release the day. Do not condemn yourself. Simply return. The rhythm is not broken because you missed a beat. Come back to me, and we will begin again. And as your soul becomes connected to peace through these healthy rhythms, you will also learn that you are not meant to walk alone. I place people around you as gifts, hands to lift you, voices to encourage you, hearts to help carry what feels too heavy. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will show you how loving community can lift your weary hands. My beloved child, now that you are learning how healthy rhythms keep your soul connected to peace, I want to speak to another gift I have placed along your path. You were not created to walk alone. Even the strongest heart grows weary when it carries every burden in silence. Even the faithful soul needs encouragement when the road becomes long. Let loving community lift your weary hands. Do not hear this as weakness. Do not think needing support means your faith is small. My beloved child, I made human hearts to give and receive love. I created you for communion, not isolation. There are moments when I strengthen you directly in the quiet place, and there are moments when I send strength through people whose presence becomes an answer to your prayer, a hand on your shoulder, a gentle word at the right time, a person who listens without rushing to fix you, a faithful friend who reminds you of truth when fear has made your thoughts cloudy. These are not accidents. They are part of my care. The world often teaches people to hide their pain and call it strength. It says, carry everything alone, need no one trust, no one show no cracks. But my beloved child, that is not the strength I am teaching you. A wall may look strong, yet nothing living can pass through it. A heart that never lets love enter may avoid some wounds, but it also misses much of the healing I desire to send. I am not asking you to open your life to every voice. Wisdom matters, boundaries matter, discernment matters. Not every person is safe and not every opinion is from me. But do not let old wounds convince you that all help is dangerous. Do not let betrayal make you believe isolation is holiness. There is a difference between wise solitude and lonely self-protection. Wise solitude brings you closer to me. Lonely self-protection keeps everyone away, including the comfort I am trying to send. Scripture says that two are better than one because if one falls, the other can help lift them up. My beloved child, I designed this truth with tenderness. There will be moments when you are the one lifting another. There will also be moments when you are the one who needs to be lifted. Both are holy when love is present. Remember Moses when his hands grew tired during the battle. As long as his hands were lifted, the people prevailed, but his body became weary. I did not shame him for that weariness. I placed Aaron and Hur beside him. They supported his hands until the victory was complete. My beloved child, even a leader, called by me, needed arms beside him. Do you see the lesson? You are not less loved because you need support. You are not less spiritual because you grow tired. You are not less faithful because another person helps you stand. Sometimes I answer your prayer by giving you strength within. Sometimes I answer by placing someone beside you who carries calm when your own heart is shaking. Receive this without shame. My beloved child, I know the places where you learned to be careful. I know the disappointments that made you hold back. I know the times you opened your heart and were misunderstood. I know why you sometimes prefer silence to the risk of being seen. I do not dismiss that pain, but I also do not want pain to become the architect of your future. Let me teach you how to trust with wisdom, not quickly, not blindly, but prayerfully. Let relationships be tested by fruit. Do they lead you closer to peace? Do they honor truth? Do they make room for your growth? Do they correct with humility, not control? Do they listen with care? Do they help you remember me when your spirit feels tired? My beloved child, loving community does not mean perfect people. It means people learning to carry grace together. There may be misunderstandings. There may be moments requiring patience, forgiveness, and honest conversation. But a community shaped by my love does not use your weakness against you. It does not enjoy your shame. It does not pull you away from my voice. It helps your soul breathe and return to truth. Do not confuse crowd with community. A crowd can surround you and still leave you lonely. Community is different. Community is where love has responsibility. It is where presence matters more than performance. It is where someone can say, I am tired, and not be thrown away. It is where burdens become lighter because they are no longer hidden in one pair of hands. My beloved child, some people I send will stay for many seasons. Some will walk with you briefly and leave a gift behind. Some will teach you courage. Some will teach you patience. Some will help you see a gift in yourself you had forgotten. Some will simply sit beside you through a hard hour, and their silence will carry more comfort than many words. Receive the grace of these encounters. Do not demand that every person remain forever in order for their presence to have meaning. A lamp held for one night still matters to the traveler. A cup of water offered once still matters to the thirsty. A word spoken in the right season can echo through many years. My beloved child, if you refuse the support I send you, may make the road harder than it needs to be. If you insist on carrying everything alone, exhaustion may teach what love was ready to help you learn gently. If you hide every burden, the burden may grow heavier in the dark. I do not say this to frighten you. I say it because I love you and want your hands to be lifted before they fall. Ask for prayer, receive encouragement, speak honestly with someone wise. Let safe love remind you that you are not abandoned, and also become this kind of presence for others. Lift weary hands when I give you strength. Send the message, offer the prayer, listen without pride, encourage without controlling, sit with someone in pain without rushing to sound important. Let the comfort I have given you become comfort through you. My beloved child-loving community is one of the ways my care becomes visible. Through it, your soul learns that you are held not only by heaven above you, but also by grace moving through people around you. You do not have to be the strong one every day. You do not have to understand everything alone. Let love lift what pride and fear have made too heavy. You are not meant to disappear in community, but to become more fully awake in love with me near. And as you receive this support, you will begin to see another truth. The people I place around you do not erase who you are. They help reveal the unique light I formed in you. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will show you why your uniqueness is my signature upon your life. My beloved child, now that you are learning to let loving community lift your weary hands, I want you to see something those loving hands were never meant to erase. Support is not meant to make you disappear into other people. Love is not meant to flatten the sound I placed within you. True community helps you become more fully who I created you to be. Your uniqueness is my signature. My beloved child, I did not form you as a copy. I did not breathe life into you so you could spend your days trying to become a shadow of someone else. I placed within you a particular light, a particular tenderness, a particular way of seeing, loving, listening, creating, praying, and carrying peace. What you have called different, I have often called designed. What you have called too sensitive, I may be using as discernment. What you have called too quiet, I may be using as depth. What you have called too gentle, I may be using as healing. The world often rewards sameness. It pushes souls into comparison, making them believe they must sound alike, look alike, move at the same pace, and carry the same kind of strength. But my beloved child, I do not build a garden with only one flower. I do not make a sky with only one shade of light. I do not fill a song with only one note. There is beauty in the way I made you. Scripture says you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Receive that slowly. It does not mean you are flawless in your own strength. It means you were formed with holy attention. Your life was not assembled carelessly. The way your heart notices what others miss, the way you feel deeply, the way you remember details, the way you long for peace, the way you care even when you are tired, all of this is known to me. My beloved child, I know some parts of your uniqueness have felt heavy. You may have been misunderstood. You may have been told you think too much, feel too much, care too much, or move too slowly. You may have tried to become harder so the world would not wound you. You may have hidden the softer parts of your soul because you thought softness was unsafe. But I do not want the world to teach you shame about what my hands formed with love. I want to heal what has been wounded. I want to purify what has been confused. I want to strengthen what has been fragile. I want to use what you thought disqualified you. My beloved child, your uniqueness must be anchored in me. Without me, sensitivity can become anxiety. Creativity can become comparison. Gentleness can become people-pleasing. Strength can become control. Wisdom can become pride. But when these gifts remain surrendered to my presence, they become clean streams through which my love can move. Do not let your difference rule you. Let me guide it. Do not let your emotions define truth. Let me order them. Do not let your gifts become your identity. Let my love be your identity. Think of Esther. She was not placed in her position by accident. Her beauty, her timing, her courage, her ability to listen, and her willingness to speak at the right moment were all woven into a purpose larger than her own comfort. She did not save her people by becoming loud in the way others expected. She moved with wisdom, patience, and courage at the appointed time. My beloved child, I can use your particular way too. Maybe I use your gentleness to soften rooms that have grown harsh. Maybe I use your patience to steady someone who is afraid. Maybe I use your creativity to make hope visible. Maybe I use your listening to help a wounded soul feel seen. Maybe I use your quiet faithfulness to show others that love can remain steady. You do not have to force your light into another person's shape. A candle is not a trumpet. A river is not a mountain. A dove is not an eagle. Each one reveals something different about the wisdom of my creation. In the same way you reveal something through your life that no one else can reveal in the exact same way. Do not compare your assignment with another person's assignment. Comparison blurs calling. Comparison steals gratitude. Comparison makes you despise the very grace I placed in your hands. My beloved child, look at what I have given you. Look at the people your presence can reach. Look at the kind of peace your words can carry. Look at the way your story has shaped compassion in you. Look at the small places where your light naturally appears. There you will begin to recognize my signature. It may be in how you comfort others. It may be in how you notice beauty. It may be in how you endure quietly. It may be in how you make space for someone to speak. It may be in how you keep returning to hope after disappointment. These are not meaningless details. They are brushstrokes of my design. When you stop fighting your design, peace begins to settle in places comparison once disturbed. You become able to bless another person's beauty without losing sight of your own. You become able to learn from others without trying to become them. You become able to walk beside people with love while still carrying the sound I placed within your soul with quiet gratitude. My beloved child, if you reject your uniqueness, you may learn the hard way that pretending to be someone else exhausts the soul. You may chase approval and lose peace. You may shrink your light to avoid judgment and then wonder why your heart feels dim. You may hide what I intended to bless others through. I do not want you to live that way. Come back to me. Let me show you who you are without fear. Let me remove the false names people placed on you. Let me separate your true design from the wounds that distorted it. Let me teach you how to carry your uniqueness with humility, not pride with peace, not apology with courage, not fear. My beloved child, your difference is not permission to isolate. It is an invitation to serve from the place I formed. Your uniqueness is not a reason to feel superior. It is a reason to become grateful. Everything good in you came from my hand, and everything wounded in you can be healed by my grace. Walk gently in what I made. Do not hide, do not perform, do not envy, do not apologize for the light I entrusted to you. Let it shine in the way I designed it to shine. And as you learn to honor my signature upon your life, you will also need to guard the light I placed within you. Uniqueness without stillness can become scattered. Calling without presence can become heavy. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will teach you how stillness and daily presence will guard your light. My beloved child, now that you are learning to honor the uniqueness I placed within you, I want to teach you how to guard that light. A gift can be real and still become tired. A calling can be holy and still feel heavy when your soul forgets how to rest in my presence. Your light was never meant to burn by striving. Stillness and daily presence will guard your light. I do not want you to shine for a moment and then collapse in exhaustion. I do not want your kindness to become empty duty. I do not want your sensitivity to become anxiety, your creativity to become pressure, or your service to become resentment. My beloved child, the light I placed in you must remain connected to the source. A lamp needs oil, a branch needs the vine, a heart needs the presence of the Father. This is why I call you into stillness, not once, but again and again. Stillness is not wasted time. It is where your inner flame is tended. It is where the smoke of worry clears. It is where you stop performing long enough to remember that you are loved before you produce anything. Scripture tells of wise virgins who kept oil in their lamps while they waited. My beloved child, this is not only a story about readiness for a future moment. It is also a picture of the soul that learns to keep receiving from me. A lamp may look bright for a season, but without oil, it cannot keep burning through the night. Do not neglect the oil. Do not live so busy that your heart has no room to receive. Do not give so much from your own strength that you forget to drink from my peace. Do not let the noise of the world decide the pace of your soul. My beloved child, daily presence is made of simple returns. It is not complicated. It may be a quiet breath before speaking, a prayer whispered while your hands are working, a moment of gratitude before the day grows crowded, a pause when you feel your emotions becoming stormy, a gentle turning of your thoughts back to me when fear begins to speak. These small returns keep your light steady. You may think you need long, perfect hours to meet me, but I am also present in the brief opening of a sincere heart. I am with you at the sink, at the desk, in the car, beside the bed, in the silence before dawn, and in the tired minutes before sleep. I am not waiting only in sacred buildings. I am near in the ordinary places where you remember me. My beloved child, when you live present with me, you stop being scattered across every worry. You stop living in yesterday's regret and tomorrow's fear at the same time. You begin to receive this day as a place where my grace is enough. The present moment becomes a small sanctuary when your heart turns toward me. Remember Mary, who sat at the feet of my Son while many things were moving around her. Martha was troubled by much serving, but Mary chose the better portion, the place of listening. My beloved child, this does not mean work is wrong. It means work must flow from communion. Hands can serve better when the heart has first rested in my presence. Do not let your life become so full of good things that you lose the one necessary thing. You can serve and still stay near. You can work and still remain peaceful. You can create and still listen. You can love others without abandoning your own soul. Stillness teaches you this order. My beloved child, if you refuse stillness, you may learn through weariness what my peace was ready to teach gently. If you ignore the signs of inner dryness, your light may begin to flicker. If you keep pushing without returning, irritation may replace compassion, pressure may replace purpose, and noise may replace discernment. I do not want you to learn this the hard way. Listen now. Rest before resentment grows. Pause before confusion spreads. Return before exhaustion becomes your teacher. Let me fill the lamp while it still burns. I will show you how to notice when your soul needs tending, when small things make you harsher than usual, when prayer feels distant because your mind is crowded, when comparison steals joy, when your body is tired but pride says keep proving, when your words become quick and sharp. These are not reasons for shame. They are invitations to return. Come back to me. Let the lamp be filled again. Let your pace become gentle again. Let your heart remember its true home. My beloved child, stillness does not make you less fruitful. It makes your fruit healthier. A field that is never allowed to rest becomes thin. A musician who never pauses loses the beauty of the song. A well that is never replenished eventually runs low. In the same way, your soul needs holy rhythm, so what flows from you remains pure, generous, and alive. I will teach you when to speak and when to be silent, when to pour out and when to receive, when to move forward and when to wait, when to carry responsibility and when to lay it down in my hands. This is not weakness, this is wisdom. Daily presence also guards your uniqueness. Without stillness, you may start imitating other people because you cannot hear the sound I placed within you. Without my presence, you may chase approval and forget your own assignment. But when you sit with me, I remind you who you are. I separate your true calling from the pressure of comparison. My beloved child, let your days have small altars of return. A morning breath of prayer, a midday pause of trust, an evening release of burdens, a moment of scripture, a whispered thank you, a quiet confession, a song hummed softly when fear tries to rise. These are simple, but they carry life. The world may rush past them. Heaven does not. I meet you there. I strengthen you there. I guard your light there. And over time, you will notice a deeper steadiness. You will not be as easily pulled by panic. You will not need to prove yourself as much. Your words will become slower. Your peace will become fuller. Your light will become less like a sudden spark and more like a lamp that keeps burning through the long night. My beloved child, remain with me. Let daily presence guard what I placed within you. Let stillness keep your oil full. Let your soul breathe before it breaks. Let your life shine from communion, not pressure. I will keep you near enough to hear and rested enough to obey with peace. And as your light becomes guarded by stillness, I will begin to open the next season quietly before you. Not with panic, not with striving, but with a gentle unfolding. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will show you how a new season is quietly opening before you. My beloved child, now that you are learning to let stillness and daily presence guard your light, I want you to notice what is beginning to open around you. Not every new season arrives with noise. Not every door announces itself with thunder. Sometimes the most important changes begin softly, like morning light touching the edge of a window. A new season is quietly opening before you. Do not expect it to always feel dramatic. It may begin as a calmer thought, a cleaner desire, a quiet courage to release what once held you, a deeper peace about what used to frighten you, a holy weariness with old patterns, a small hunger for prayer again. These are not random movements. They are signs of life rising within you. My beloved child, I have been preparing you longer than you know. The waiting, the closed doors, the hidden seasons, the small acts of faithfulness, the trials, the stillness, the community, the gifts you surrendered, all of it has been working together beneath the surface. While you thought nothing was changing, I was arranging roots. While you thought you were delayed, I was maturing strength. While you thought you were unseen, I was teaching your light how to burn steadily. Now pay attention, not with fear, with peace. A new season does not always require you to chase it. Sometimes it asks you to recognize it. You may notice that what once pulled you no longer has the same power. You may notice that certain conversations feel less life-giving. You may notice that your spirit is no longer comfortable in places where you once tried to fit. You may notice that my peace is gently drawing you toward a different rhythm. Do not ignore this. When I begin opening a season, I often begin by changing what your heart can no longer tolerate. The old pattern may still be familiar, but it no longer feels like home. The old fear may still speak, but it no longer sounds like truth. The old door may still be visible, but your spirit knows not to return. This is grace. Scripture says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing, and now it springs forth." My beloved child, new things often begin like a spring under the ground before anyone sees water flowing. At first, there may be only a softness in the soil, a hidden movement, a subtle change. But if you remain attentive, you will begin to see the stream. Think of Ruth in the field. She did not know that a new season was opening when she bent down to gather grain. It looked like survival. It looked like one ordinary task after loss. But I was placing her steps inside a story of provision, honor, and future restoration. Her new season did not begin with a trumpet. It began with faithfulness in a field. My beloved child, this is how I often lead you too. One ordinary step, one peaceful invitation, one person placed on your path, one door quietly becoming possible, one burden becoming lighter, one desire becoming pure. Do not despise gentle beginnings. The world often teaches you to believe that change must be loud to be real. But I have always known how to begin holy things in hidden ways. A child grows in the womb before a cry is heard. A seed breaks open in the dark before green appears. Dawn begins before the whole sky is bright. Your new season may begin before others can recognize it. Do not wait for everyone to confirm what I am quietly showing your heart. Walk humbly, walk prayerfully, but do not delay obedience because the beginning looks small. My beloved child, a new season does not mean every difficulty disappears. It means my grace is moving you into a different place of formation. There may still be work, there may still be questions, there may still be patience required, but something inside you will be different. You will carry more wisdom than before. You will no longer respond to everything from the old wound. You will sense my guidance more clearly. You will understand that peace can lead even when the path is not fully visible. This season will require trust. Trust to release what no longer belongs. Trust to receive what I am placing before you. Trust to walk without dragging old fear into new doors. Trust to stop calling yourself by names that belong to a former season. My beloved child, when I open a new season, I often ask you to travel lighter. You cannot carry every old burden into what I am preparing. You cannot carry every old opinion, every old fear, every old grief, every old demand for control. Some things must be laid down so your hands can receive what is ahead. Ask me what must be released. Ask me what must be restored. Ask me what must be guarded. Ask me what step belongs to today. Do not rush the whole season at once. Let me unfold it. A flower does not tear itself open to prove spring has come. It opens according to the wisdom of light and time. In the same way, let this season open with me. Let patience remain. Let gratitude remain. Let discernment remain. My beloved child, if you refuse to listen when I open a new season quietly, you may cling to old places until they become painful teachers. If you keep returning to what I have already finished, you may learn through frustration what surrender could have taught through peace. I do not want you to suffer from attachment to what has lost life. That is why I am whispering now. Look forward, not with panic, not with pressure, with holy readiness. There are graces ahead that will not look like the past. There are relationships that will feel healthier. There are assignments that will fit the wisdom I have formed in you. There are quiet opportunities that will not demand you lose peace. There are places where your gifts will serve without becoming idols. There are rhythms that will help your soul breathe. Receive them slowly. Receive them humbly. Receive them with me. My beloved child, I have not brought you this far to abandon you at the threshold. The same hand that held you in the hidden place will guide you in the opening. The same voice that whispered in stillness will speak in movement. The same grace that restored your heart will teach you how to walk wisely in what comes next. So do not fear the new thing. Do not romanticize the old thing. Do not force what I am not opening, and do not resist what I am gently bringing near. Keep your heart soft. Keep your eyes open. Keep your hand in mine. A new season is quietly opening before you, and it is not coming to erase your past. It is coming to show you how much of that past I have redeemed. Stay close, my beloved child, because next I will show you how your life will become a gentle testimony of my love in this hour. My beloved child, now that you can sense a new season quietly opening before you, I want you to understand what this journey has been forming. I have not led you through waiting closed doors, hidden seasons, gentle rhythms, trials, and quiet awakenings, only so you could survive them. I have been shaping your life into something that speaks. Your life will become a gentle testimony, not a testimony that shouts to be noticed, not a testimony that pretends pain never happened, not a testimony built on pride performance or perfect words. I am speaking of a life so touched by grace that peace begins to tell the story before your mouth even opens. My beloved child, people will see what my love has done in you. They may not know every detail. They may not know the nights you cried, the prayers you whispered, the strength it took to keep walking, or the doors you had to release. But they will notice the fruit. They will notice that bitterness did not own you. They will notice that fear did not silence you forever. They will notice that your kindness survived seasons that could have made you hard. This is a living testimony, a restored heart, a steadier spirit, a gentler voice, a life that says, without forcing anyone to listen, God has been faithful to me. Scripture says that you are living letters known and read by others. My beloved child, your life carries a message. Every healed response writes something. Every humble return writes something. Every act of forgiveness, every quiet prayer, every small obedience, every decision to trust me again writes something upon the pages of your days. Do not think your testimony begins only after everything is finished. It is already forming. It is forming when you choose peace in the middle of pressure. It is forming when you speak with tenderness after being wounded. It is forming when you admit weakness and still return to prayer. It is forming when you keep loving without losing wisdom. It is forming when you let me turn old sorrow into compassion for others. My beloved child, remember the man who was born blind. Others questioned why his life carried such suffering, but my son revealed that the works of God would be displayed through him. His pain was not ignored. His healing became a sign. His story answered questions that arguments could not settle. Your life can do the same. There are people who need to see that healing is possible. Let your life answer. There are people who need to know that delay does not mean abandonment. Let your life answer. There are people who need to believe that a wounded heart can become tender again. Let your life answer. There are people who need proof that my voice still guides ordinary steps. Let your life answer. My beloved child, this does not mean you must expose every private wound. Wisdom guards what is sacred. You do not owe every person your full story. Some things belong only between you and me. Some things should be shared only with safe hearts in the right time, for the right purpose. A gentle testimony is not careless exposure. It is the fragrance of a life being healed. A flower does not explain every rainstorm it has endured. It simply blooms. A lamp does not describe every night it survived. It simply shines. A river does not announce every stone it moved around. It simply keeps flowing. So let your life speak through what remains after grace has worked deeply. Let your patience speak. Let your peace speak. Let your humility speak. Let your willingness to begin again speak. Let your love become evidence that I have been near. My beloved child, do not be ashamed that your story includes difficult chapters. A scar is not always a sign of defeat. In my hands, it can become a reminder that healing came. The wound does not have to remain open forever. The place that once hurt can become the place where mercy shines with unusual tenderness. Think of Peter. He failed painfully, and his own weakness broke his heart. Yet my son restored him with love and entrusted him to strengthen others. Failure did not become the end of his story, because grace met him there. My beloved child, I can restore what shame thought was ruined. I can use a humbled heart more deeply than a heart that never learned dependence. Your testimony will not be, I never fell. It will be, the Father lifted me. It will not be, I always understood. It will be He guided me when I could not see. It will not be I was never weak. It will be His grace was enough when my strength was gone. The world may overlook gentle faithfulness, but heaven does not. I see the unseen, yes, the quiet mercy, the restored breath, and the love that chooses to remain soft even after sorrow has moved through your heart. My beloved child, if you refuse to listen, you may keep hiding the very light I am trying to release through your life. You may cling to shame when I am offering freedom. You may bury your story when someone near you needs hope. You may think humility means silence, but there are times when humble truth becomes medicine for another soul. Let me teach you when to speak. Let me teach you when to stay quiet. Let me teach you how to share without performing. Let me teach you how to witness without pride. The testimony I am forming in you will be gentle because my hand has been gentle with you. It will carry warmth, not harshness. It will invite, not force. It will comfort the weary without pretending the road is easy. It will say, I have walked through night and God was still there. I have waited long and God was still working. I have been broken and God did not throw me away. My beloved child, this is how your life becomes light for others, not by becoming flawless, but by becoming surrendered, not by having every answer, but by carrying my presence, not by erasing your past, but by letting me redeem it. One day you will look back and see the shape of my mercy more clearly. The waiting will look different. The closed doors will look different. The hidden seasons will look different. The small acts of faithfulness will look different. You will see that I was not merely bringing you out of something. I was forming you into someone whose life could gently point others back to me. So walk forward in peace, live awake, keep your heart soft, guard your light, receive the new season with humility, and let your life become a gentle testimony. My beloved child, I have not forgotten one step. I have not wasted one tear. I have not abandoned one hidden prayer. I have been with you from the beginning, and I will be with you until the story I am writing through you shines with the quiet beauty of my faithful love.